Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the conference hall of International Real Estate EXPO 2024. I promised you to get more information about North Cyprus. So the time just come to this point where we can welcome Mustafa Gürcafer from Proxy Real Estate, who will tell us more. And I must really appreciate that he is here with us today because he got food poisoned yesterday.
Unfortunately.
That was a special welcome to the Czech Republic. So I hope it will be only better from now on.
Well, I'll try my best.
Okay, great. And again, you'll have the chance to ask him questions. You may use Slido or you may raise your hand and we will deal with your questions after the presentation. So now, Mustafa, the stage is yours.
Thank you. So, Praga, dobry den. That's the only word I learned, and I'm going to be learning it a lot more. But let me just forget this food poisoning first, and it will come later on. So, welcome all to the Real Estate Expo of 2024. I'd like to thank Mr. Armin personally for this great organization, my friends and my colleagues from Cyprus, Dörter Construction, Mr. Metin and Ümit. I'd like to thank my friends from Remax Deluxe, Brno, Mr. Miroslav, and all the others that have helped us, and most of all, you attendees that has made this occasion very special for us. So today, I'm going to be speaking about my humble country, Cyprus, North Cyprus, right? So without further ado, I will just show you what it looks like. So that's just a sample of what we are offering. So today I'm going to be speaking about who we are, Proxy Real Estate, why North Cyprus, what to expect from the economy over the next 5 to 10 years. After all, real estate is investment for the future. We have chosen 5 top investment strategies. I'm going to be telling you about it. Process of purchase and our services. What do we offer during the process, before the process, and after you have bought your apartment? We are a team of 8 official workers in the office, and we have over 150 partners all around the world, including United States, Canada, all the Asian parts, and of course, Europe. Do I really need to tell about myself, or let's just skip the schematics, huh? Well, I have been in the business for over 10 years of entrepreneurship on my own. My entrepreneurship started with the real estate, and so we decided if it's working for us, why not use it to help the others and earn in the process that we have already proven good. This is my country. You might see this is actually, we have the southern part and the northern part. This is our border, and we got all of the north side to ourselves. Now, I want you to pay attention to the coast of here and the north coast. These are the 2 main regions of investment that has attracted many investors throughout all of the world. Why North Cyprus? First of all, affordable prices. Now, while our competitors are showing £5,000 per square meter properties, we are starting from 1,750. And not only in housing, not only in real estate, living costs in North Cyprus are also more affordable than most of the European countries. Healthy climate, clean environment, and quality food. We are not a country of production. We are not a country of industry. Therefore, we don't have the pollution of major production countries like the others. Quality of food is not only about the taste, where I would say I didn't have food poisoning, but we have low pesticides and we are not using any other chemicals to produce our food. Low crime and corruption levels, well, it would be much more easier for you to come and see by yourselves. But basically, most of our police work is done only in traffic police. Health and education system, European level, all of our schools are producing IGCSE level, IGCSE and A-level education system. So when they are graduating, we have the same, our diplomas are accepted throughout the world. We have sent a lot of people to United Kingdom, to Europe for studying. Ease of opening bank accounts and registration. Now, anybody with a clean sheet, meaning clean criminal record, can buy and obtain a property and have the residence permit by it. If you have a clean criminal record, you can buy a house for 65,000 or 70,000 pounds and get the residence permit. So there is no limit, like we are not limiting, you have to buy an apartment for 300,000 euros or 400,000 euros to have a bank account and residency permit. And lastly, culture and heritage. Now, while it is a small country, we have seen many empires bringing their cultures and passing. Actually, it was a very important spot during the times of the Silk Road. Therefore, we had Roman Empire come, actually, they invaded the country, not came to do some business. We had Roman Empire, we had Egyptian Empire, we had Ottomans, we had Byzantines, we had Venetians. Therefore, when you're walking in a city, you can spot every single cultural detail in the historical places. Now, why is that important for real estate? It's because it's bringing tourism to the country. And when you buy real estate, tourists are your rental income. We've got the attention of the Forbes in 2021 and 2024 as the best beachfront properties in the world, not only in the Mediterranean. Then we had the Live and Invest Overseas claiming that we are the best place to retire in 2022. I think it was number 4, 2022 and 2023. European Environment Agency, they have tested all the beaches in our Cyprus and determined that it is the cleanest beaches in all of Europe. Now, as I explained it to you earlier, real estate is an investment for the future, not for today. Therefore, what should we expect for the next 10 years? What will happen in Cyprus? Recently, they have discovered the gas reserves that are able to sustain Europe for the next 60 years, and it's going to be extracted and transferred into Europe through Turkey. Ercan Airport has just been launched in 2023 because the construction and tourism are growing up so fast that the initial airport didn't have enough space or enough capacity. This is the tourist flow for 2023. 4.2 million people have passed and crossed the borders between the north and the south side. Now, why is that important? Because many of the tourists coming from European cities, European countries, they fly over to the south side in Larnaca Airport, and then they pass to the north side, because it's much faster for them and much cheaper for them. This is another project that has been actually financed by Turkey. They have constructed a pipeline to bring water to Cyprus. Part of the reason is also the infrastructure for the gas line to travel to Europe. And another reason is the electricity project, also the infrastructure for the electricity project. The reason for this is we want to keep our country as pure and as clean as possible. Therefore, rather than constructing another electricity terminal or another electricity factory, we would rather take it from Turkey and keep the environment clean. Now, this is why we're here. Am I correct? At the end of the day, this is a real estate expo. Why do we want to invest in Cyprus? We have prices from 60,000 pounds, and today we can offer you something from 60,000 pounds. The numbers that we are putting here are not just to attract you, it's our word and it's our promise. 30 to 60% of increase during construction period, 8 to 15 average rental income, 3 to 7 years of installments, interest-free. Now, since we are outside the Eurozone, you don't have the same opportunity of buying with a mortgage. in Cyprus. Therefore, the construction companies, they are offering you their own mortgage system, and it's interest-free. Low taxes and registration, I will come to that at the end of the presentation, so I'll just skip it. Top 3 investment regions. One of them, Kyrenia. Kyrenia is the nightlife, is the casinos, is the entertainment place. Güzelyurt is just recently started developing prices as low as £1,500, and it's growing substantially. İskele is the crown jewel of investment in North Cyprus. It has started around 12 years ago. It was just a field, empty. Now there are properties, £200,000, £300,000 that have doubled, tripled, even 4 times more the investment that people have invested in the beginning. As I mentioned before, we have determined the strategies that have worked for us before and worked for our clients. One of them is investing at off-plan projects. Off-plan till completion, as I mentioned, there is 30% to 60% difference. Therefore, when you have a pre-launch prices that our contractors are giving us for a couple of months' time, it is the most exciting point of investment. Suddenly, your investment can be sold with 50% of profit, and that is net at the end of the completion. Second one, renting apartments. Now, we have 2 different options of renting apartments. We have the short-term rentals, which is the most profitable. During the high season of summer for 5 months, we have the option to rent them like an Airbnb, daily. But what do? We don't let you do the Airbnb. We ask our developers, which they have the perfect rental system, they're taking 30%, 35% of the commission, and they're giving you the 65% of net income, which is at the end of the day, adding up to 10 to 12%. Long-term is when you are buying the apartment and renting it through 6 months or 1 year period. So what do? We rent it 5 months for the short-term season, daily like a hotel. At the end of the day, almost all of our projects has all the facilities, hammam, sauna, and sports leisures and everything. And then the remaining 7 months, we rent it long-term. Therefore, we secure between 10 to 15% annual income, and that is net. Sorry. Purchase of land for sale purposes, although it is very profitable, the land purchases for foreigners are only 1,338 square meters. That is limited, but we have seen tremendous amount of increase in lands in the recent years. As much as the construction sector is developing, lands are going higher and higher every day. And the last one, this is for large investors, and we're talking about blocks of sales. Now, what do we do for large investors? We form a special branch in our own company. We start maintaining their investment. We give reports for them monthly. We take care of the taxes and all the maintenance. And at the end of the day, real estate is good when it's effortless. So we, as Proxy Real Estate, we want to be the proxy in the middle so that you can enjoy yourself while we are working for you. This, I'm going to be completely honest with you. The reason we have this chart is because it has proven itself that it was real. These are the actual numbers of starting prices in a project that has started 135,000, ended up selling the 4th time as 425,000 pounds. Now, these are not the numbers that you will have to take daily. You cannot see these numbers every day. This is just the beginning of the region, and this is when it's developed. Therefore, the only region you will see these prices will be the Güzelyurt, which is just raw right now. Now I'm going to give you a couple of examples in a project. This one, as I mentioned before, is a project in one of the most important regions, Kyrenia. A company that is producing projects, each with a different concept. First project of theirs was Maldives. They had the Maldives concept. They had villas built in the pools. The second project was Hawaii. they had the Hawaiian concept of having lots and lots of tropical plants and lots of tropical gardening, over 1,000 species of plants to be exact. Now, why are they doing this? Is because they don't want their old project to lose value. They're giving newer concept, different concept, so while they are selling the new one, the old project will not lose value, therefore keeping the capital gain for their clients. In this project, the health and wellness concept is actually as it is. There will be dental assistance, there will be plastic surgery. There will be everything from keeping the body and the mind peaceful and healthy. The prices start from 146,300, these are the studios, and goes up to 850,000 in the villas. Payment plan, 35% of down payment, 65% of interest-free installments until the delivery date, which is March 2027. These are some of the examples. They will be using acrylic sand, building islands, and actually this is one of the best catering companies in Cyprus. And in each of their projects, they are having different cuisine to bring more people in. One of them is Thai food, as you have seen in this one. The other one will be Portuguese. The other one will be Asian cuisine, and many others. This is another project of ours, and this is in Yeni Boğaziçi, which is basically the İskele region, the crown jewel of Cyprus. This project is on the hill, going with the elevation down so that each apartment will have the clear sea view. It is just 500 meters away from the sea. You just can walk to go to the sea. Delivery date, March 2026. Now there is 1+2 and 2+1. If I'm not mistaken, 1+2 is lofts. Am I correct, Mr. Metin? Yes. Payment plan, 40% down payment, 30% free installments till March 2026, and 30% free installment within the next 24 months. So what happens when your project is completed, you enter your apartment, whether you want to rent it or whether you want to live in it, you can still pay the 30% for the next 24 months. These are some of the examples. In the lofts, penthouse terraces, they have the jacuzzis, they have the barbecues. And as you can see, in all of the apartments have access directly to the pool. This is another one of the same company, same region. These are the villas that has been constructed with utmost quality and the workmanship. Location is again İskele. Delivery date 2024. Same payment plan, but this time 30% is for 12 months only. And the starting price is £450,000. These villas each have their own individual title deed, and you will have full property ownership of the villa. It has its private pool, private garden area, and 4 bedrooms. Now, we took the time to search for our competitors, to give you some examples. Now, while I will never, I cannot speak bad about any region. Each country has its own values, its own unique senses. But right now, Cyprus, as we are confident about it, is the most profitable in all of Mediterranean. We have the lowest square meter prices and highest return of investment. As you can see from Georgia, we are similar with the price per square meter, but when it goes to Spain and Dubai, the prices are, they have big difference in it. What is included in the price? All right, when we are delivering the flooring, windows, entrance, wall decoration, built-in wardrobes, kitchen set, plumbing for the bathroom, not only plumbing for the bathroom, the whole bathroom comes to you completely designed, and because different Different countries have different standards when it's come to completion. This is actually what you're seeing is actually how you're going to get your apartment. We have design packages also for the people, for example, in large companies, large resorts. We offer people design packages, and when you choose the design package, the companies rent it for the highest price. They don't rent it for just the similar to anybody else. They choose the design package to make it look like an hotel, offer the same standard in every apartment that they rented out. Now, what is the process? When you are coming, I'm going to speak about our offer to you. We have the inspection trip. Now, what do we do in the inspection trip? We offer you 3 days of accommodation. We offer you the transfer from the airport. We show you the region. We show you the projects. Then, second stage is paying the deposit. Now, almost in all companies, the deposit is 5% now. When you pay the 5%, you have a month of time to cover the rest of the down payment, which is 35%. Making down payment and signing the sales contract. If you don't sign the sales contract without the down payment, then you don't own the apartment. When you make it immediately, we take your contract and register it to the tax office and to the land registry to ensure that the apartment is yours and no one else can buy it. I already said it. So, taxes. We always claim that we have the lowest taxes. Now it is time for you to understand as well. Stamp duty is the stamp amount that we pay to the tax office to make your contract legitimate in the eyes of the government. Unless you register it to the tax office and pay the 0.5%, then your contract is not legal in the eyes of the government. Cadastral fee is the 6% that right after you make the stamp duty, you register it to the land registry office. Why do we do that? Because when your contract is registered to the land registry, the only way that someone can buy your apartment or someone can sell that apartment before completing is a court order. Therefore, it secures your investment. Real estate lawyer fees, there is 1,500. It's our lawyer. What our lawyer does for you is not only do all these things, the first and the second procedure, but at the same time, as long as you have your apartment and as long as you're thinking about reselling it, he will be providing you all the services that you need. VAT is 5%, and there is something that we cannot avoid, but VAT is paid in the completion where you will get the key or hand over to you. So, buying something right now that will be ready in 3 years, you don't have to worry about the VAT. You will have 3 years' time to pay it. Transformer fee is the connection of electricity. The government calculates it and divides it to each of the apartment in any project. Therefore, this is not the amount that the construction company determines. This is the amount that government requires from the construction company. So they make the initial payment, and at the end, when the completion came, they take it from you. And lastly, the last 6% of the transfer is to get the title deed on your name. That is on the completion. Now, what happens is, once you are making the contract, you actually have a percentage over the total land. We have a land of, let's say, 20,000 square meter, and your apartment is 6 square meter. They give you, in the contract, 60 over 20,000. So at the end, when it's completed and we have a structure, government issues individual title deeds for every unit. And when you pay the last 6%, you will have your apartment and your name written, and you will have 100% ownership of the property. Additional costs, annual property tax. Well, I cannot even understand why they ask for 0.08 per square meter, but you have a 100 square meter apartment, then you will pay £8 yearly. So that's nothing. Annual maintenance of the complex. This is actually the service charge of the projects. So to keep it maintained, to keep the gardening, keep it clean, keep the social services okay, they take, each of the project takes different. And it might even depend on what type of unit that you have. Maybe you have 1+1, then you will pay less service charge. That's why we kept it between 500 and 1,500. And public utilities right now, 1 cubic meter of water is 0.63 pounds. Electricity on average, 1 kilowatt from 3 tele to 5 tele, depending on the choice that you have in your apartment. Gas cylinder is 400 tele. We don't have the gas pipeline in Cyprus. So we have to buy it, just in case you want to use it in cooking. You can use the electricity as well, which I prefer. And internet, 300 to 500 Turkish lira, which is 7 to 13 pounds a month. Now, as I mentioned before, we organize the real estate tour, make the market analysis, because every region is different and you should expect different outcome from them. When you come to Cyprus, we will be taking you to the region and make the analysis individually. Large investment options, purchase of several blocks, that is, as I told you, a different level of investment. That is not really a real estate investment, it has become a business by its own. Selection of land and plots, consultation with real estate attorney, assistance in starting a business. It's not only about purchasing a property. If you purchase the property and you might want to open up a business on your own. So we know all the legal ways, all the procedures, how to guide you in the process. After sales services. We will not just sell you an apartment and leave you be, all right? We are here for you until such time comes that you don't need our services, until you have fully settled. Whether you want to bring your kid and register them to the school, whether your kid wants to go to university, we will be there for every step of the time until you decide and tell us, okay, we have settled, we don't need your services anymore. Basically, this is it. Now, inspection trip, transport from the airport is ours, no matter what. 3 days of accommodation on the Mediterranean coast, getting to know the island, so we use 1 or 2 days, depending on if you have chosen your property, which one you're going to buy, showing you around, having nice dinners, having an entertainment, visiting reliable construction companies. We are not working with anybody that is not reliable. Every single construction company that you will find in our portfolio has already passed from a selection phase from us. Legal consultation and signing the sales contract, which is hopefully what we're there for and hopefully what we will succeed in. Now, this is the QR code. You can just register in our website. You can reach us anytime you want for further information. And I think this is it for me. And if you have any questions, I'll be expecting you to ask and I'll answer.
Yes, Mustafa, thank you very much.
May I sit?
We may move to the stage, I think. There are no questions on Slido. We were all so fascinated by the presentation that you didn't have time to ask. So you may ask now, either live or via Slido. You may still use the chance. If not,
nobody has questions. Yes, it's Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus. Mm-hmm. Or you have your own jurisdiction? No, it's not. It's a different country. I can understand your question from the name of it, but Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus is not connected to Turkey. Of course, we call it a motherland. We have connection. We are speaking Turkish ourselves, and we are coming from the same race. We are Turkish as well, but it has its own constitution. It is a government of its own. Hmm? Huh? Yes, based in English constitution. It was actually in the Commonwealth of Britain before it was.
Okay, so what about the land? Who's the owner?
No, it's government's own, it's individual type. I don't understand again. Yeah,
The foreigner can own the land?
of course,
Okay.
of course.
So there are no limitations for foreigners owning the land, and is it
Yes,
different?
there
to
are
get-
limitations for foreigners in the land, limited to 1,338 square meters. So if you, as a foreigner, want to buy a land and construct your own house, the limit is 1,338 square meters. And in properties, when it comes to transferring the title deed in your name, it is limited to one property. If you want to buy more properties, then you will have to form a company because it turns out to be a business rather than your own investment.
And does it need to be a North Cyprus-based company, or how it is with the company? Can it be a foreign domicile?
Well, how the government sees the companies is that it treats them as individuals as well. So if a Cypriot person is buying properties, they can buy as many as they can. But when it comes to companies has to be 51% Cypriot owned. That's when they treat it as a Cypriot individual. But what the foreigners do, what our expats do, is that they use lawyers as a trustee. They make the trustee agreement, and they give 51% to the lawyers. And then from that way, they can be allowed to purchase as many apartments as they want.
A question here, a limitation in square meters, but how tall can they build the apartments? Is there any limitations as well?
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Now, it has to be one unit. For example, no, it has to be 2 units maximum. 1,338 square meters, you can build 2 villas, you can build an apartment with 2 units only. It doesn't allow, if you buy a land, they don't allow us to construct an apartment. For us to construct an apartment, first we need the construction company, and you need to form a company, and you can sell it to someone else, but you cannot own more than one per individual.
So far, from which countries do you have the most often coming investors?
Actually, it has started with Ukraine, Russia, Asian countries, Kazakhstan, and you know, right now the world is facing unfortunate events, and so we switched the markets from Russia and Ukraine. And last 5 years, it is mostly about Europeans, mostly Germany, Lithuania. We had lots of clients from Lithuania. We had clients Swedish, Norway. We had clients Denmark. Mostly the northern part, where there is mountain and sea together, it's the Scandinavians or Europeans. And in Iskele region, it's mostly Russians, Ukrainians, and there are some Europeans, but not as preferred as the north side.
I guess it's also used for renting.
Yes,
How it is with
definitely.
the occupancy rate?
Occupancy rate, well, 60% minimum per year. 60% minimum per year, and we are maintaining it by keeping them full just 5 months of the year. In Cyprus, I have mentioned it in the beginning, we have 300 days of sunshine, and it's no joke. I swear to God, I don't like sun, but we have 300 days of sunshine. We have people, Europeans, coming and swimming during Miroslav. When did you swim in Cyprus? January. A Czech citizen. And he's swimming in January. Cypriots, I only swim in June, July, and August, max. But we have opportunity to make the winter tourism as well. Therefore, we are keeping this May, June, July, August, and September fully occupied.
Great. Thank you very much. If I don't see any more questions, I will thanks to Mustafa Gürcafer
Yes,
from
perfect.
Proxy Real Estate. And at their stand, you may get more information about North Cyprus. Thank you, Mustafa.
Thank you all for coming, guys. Thank you.
Maybe